Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, for another Natasha Denona look, we're creating this look. I didn't film the face today or the lips even because I have other videos to film and I have a lot of work to do today. But I created this eye look. It started out super weird, you guys, so don't panic. It will work in the end. It's just a beautiful look. But I was trying to do something different with a product that I didn't know that much, and then it all ended up working just fine. The eyeshadow palette that I'm using today is the Natasha Denona Triochrome palette, and you guys, this is so beautiful. It's one of my most unique palettes, but it's one of my most unique palettes that I adore, because sometimes I have unique palettes that are just too weird for me and that I almost never pull out because they're so unique that I don't even want to use them. This for me, it's the Weareable type of colorful palette, and it's more muted and it has a little bit of darkness to it mixed with each shade, which I love so much. So I'm gonna give you a close-up of the palette. I'm gonna show you swatches, and then we're gonna start creating this eye look. And at the end of the video, I always mention what I'm wearing on my face, and I will leave everything linked below. So if you want to see how I created this eye look with my Natasha Denona Triochrome palette, then just keep on watching. Okay, so to start, I'm going in with the Hint Dash, and this is the eye tone pencil in the shade Intra. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sketch an outer sort of wing crease, something graphic, and then I'm gonna blend it out, and that's gonna be the base for the look that I'm gonna be doing today. Then with a small blending brush, I'm gonna blend the pencil out. Okay, you guys, this is not looking the way I was expecting it to look because the pencil, I don't know, it's sort of patchy when I blend it. I don't know if it was because I haven't used it at all. I used it only once and then that's it. If I need to sharpen it, I don't know. But it's not working the way it was supposed to be working in my mind. But I'm gonna fix it because that's what I do. I roll with what is going on with my makeup every day, and I try and fix it with what I'm gonna do. And then if it becomes unmanageable, which almost never happens, then I will start the makeup from the start. So I'm gonna grab the shade Garmon, which is this shade right here. It's so beautiful. It has a little bit of a pan in it. And I'm gonna grab the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH42. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend and try to keep working on the shape that I was creating at the beginning. But then the pencil that I place first is gonna give it more depth. And then what I do is with a big fluffy brush, blending brush, I'm gonna just diffuse the edges of what I did so that even though it will look graphic, it will look blended. Now to blend all of what I'm doing, but inside of the little blank space that I have on my eyes, I'm gonna use the shade Diatonic, which is this peachy shade right here in the corner. And I'm going in with the small blending brush so that I can just give this look a little bit of dimension. And now for the blank part that I have in the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with Vertex, which is another one that I have pan in. And I'm gonna just set all of the rest of the lid that I haven't put any other eyeshadow on with that shade. You guys, to create a little bit more of a fun look, I decided that I'm gonna go in with, let's use Kinetic, which is this shade right here. And I'm gonna apply only a little bit blended right here in the outer part of the eye just to create a color flip. Color Flip is the other shade that I was thinking about using. But I'm going to use Kinetic, which it's a Triochrome supposedly, but I only see two shades, which are like a purple and a hint of maybe a blue or fuchsia. Maybe it has three shades because I see a flip of blue, purple, and a hint of fuchsia when you're looking at it from here. I'm gonna use a little bit of that with the same brush. I clean it with a towel and then I apply a little bit of Fix Plus. For the inner corner, I'm gonna grab a color flip right here. And what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna apply it as a, not as an inner corner highlight because this will never be a highlighter, but just as a fun end to the wing or to the liner that I created with Kinetic. And now I'm going in with tungsten, which is this shade right here, and I'm smoking out my lower lash line. Using the same brush, I just clean it with the black towel that I have right here. And now to define the lower lash line, I'm going in with manganese, which is this violet shade right here. I always start with wanting to do something wearable, you guys, but since I almost never film tutorials anymore, I start to just play with makeup, because honestly the only time that I have to play with makeup is when I'm filming for you guys. So nowadays, if I'm doing a look that's every day, it's something so simple that it ends up being boring to me. So I want to play with makeup. You guys, I'm gonna finish the look with my mascara, my Hinda Zero Line eyeliner, and then also with my Rimmel Scandalize in the shade 001 Black, just darkening my inner waterline. And that's the way that I finish all of my looks, or almost all of my looks. But when I'm doing colorful, even more, I always settle the look with a black liner, because if not, it feels too clowny for my taste and for my personal style. But if you like, you can even do pops of color in the eyeliner. You can create an even more colorful wing and never settle it, just put mascara. It will look way more creative, but for me, it doesn't go with my personal style. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look, and I'm super happy with it. I didn't know when I started how this was gonna turn out, but basically the same thing as when you're doing a smoky eye. You never know when it's gonna turn out, and sometimes it looks worse before it looks better. I think it turned out to be beautiful, and for me, you guys, this is wearable. I don't feel like this is too dramatic, but you could tone it down if you would like to. This doesn't even have that much shimmer, because that Triochrome is not that intense or shimmery at all. And I would definitely do this look with the different shades in the palette. But I love that, again, Natasha Denona, I think, always thinks about the makeup artist and the process that we're gonna be having while creating a look. It's easy to use for everyone, not only for makeup artists, because she gives you all of the tools in one palette. That's why for me, the Circo Loco palette, which I know goes with the concept, made me a little bit crazy, because it doesn't have the type of look that I would create, or a wearable look within the palette, and it doesn't have shades to settle it down, or shades that you would use every day, because it's a Circo Loco palette. So I get that, but that's why the Triochrome is perhaps my most favorite colorful eyeshadow from Natasha Denona, and also because of my coloring. I'm a person that has a lot of darkness, because I have darkness on my hair and on my eyes, and I like colors that look a little bit dirty. And you can see that even the lighter shades here are not bright, are not stark, do not have a white base whatsoever. What they have in them is a little bit of dirtiness, darkness. Some of them are mixed with either black or brown or gray, and I love those shades. They are just, in a way, muddy, but not in the sense that they're patchy, just in the sense that they're mixed with mud. And I love that about this palette, for sure. Okay, you guys, so for what I use on my face, I'm gonna show it to you, because I don't have the time to just every day film my full face. It's just too uncomfortable for me to film it right here, because my desk is not actually a desk, it's put into the wall, so I can't put anything behind it. This is the primer that I use on the sides of my face. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Pearl. I'm thinking about panning this, because I need to finish it before it goes bad. It helped with not making my base look super flat. For my foundation, I went in with the Merit in the shade Bisque, which is what I'm trying to finish on my Partners in Cream project pan. And then in the center of my face, which this is too dark for me, I went in with the Face Fabric by Giorgio Armani, which is one of my favorites, in the shade number 1. For concealer, I mixed two. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer in the shade 1.5W. This is super yellow on me. The lightness is correct, but it's too yellow for me. I finished one in the shade, I think it was too neutral, and it worked amazingly for me. I love the formula of this concealer. I finished one of them before. And this was a gift from my grandma. Even though I had this one in PR before, my grandma gave this one to me because she doesn't wear concealer, and it was a gift that someone gave to her. This is the LYS Triple Fix. So this was the color that corrected the yellowness of this one and turned it more into a neutral shade. And I love this one. It's just too deep for me. This was a gift from a friend, and it's in the shade MG5. I would buy this in the lighter shade. I love the consistency of it and how easy it blends into my skin. It's just that it's a bit too dark for me. For powder, another product that I'm trying to hit pan on and just try to finish by next year is this one. This is the Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder. These I'm not doing on a project pan. These I'm doing privately. And I have this one in the shade Nude. I have another shade, but I want to finish this up. And I always use a fluffy brush to set my foundation with this one. And I'm thinking that I can finish it that way. I'm already seeing the rings in the pan. I don't know if you guys can see them. But it's a beautiful powder. I purchased it because of Jasmine Hand. She's a makeup artist from Australia, and I used to love her channel because it was all about doing makeup on her clients, and she would use these as a finishing powder to finish the foundation to give it more coverage. And I had to find it, bought it on Amazon, and then I never got a shade that was quite right for me. So I'm just trying to finish it up, whether the shade is right for me or not. It will correct a little bit of the darkness of my foundation as well because it has a little bit more coverage. For my blush, I went in with my Hindash Monochromance, and I used the two shades from the Heartthrob shade, so both mixed together, and I buffed them in with my dual fiber brush without any product, just the remainder product of the Hourglass Soft Light Powder that it already had. My highlighter, I went in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Rose Quartz. I think this is still available. Now it's a Smashbox brand or product, but I think Rose Quartz is still available. It was super subtle, but I love the Becca formula. It's still my favorite formula of highlighter, I think, in my entire collection. And then for bronzer, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade number 3. This one I use as a bronzer, and it's not quite the same shade as the bronzer that I have in the shade medium. It just looks beautiful. It buffs beautifully into the skin. And now that I've been using this again as a bronzer, even though Charlotte says that the bronzer is the same formula as the powder, it's not quite the same. That one feels a little bit more dry. This is more buttery, even though I love the Charlotte Tilbury bronzers, both the cream and the powder. And then last but not least, on my lips, I lined my lips with MAC Spice. Then I went in with my favorite formula, or one of my top 3 favorite formula of lipsticks. This is the Merit Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick in the shade Slip. I love this shade. This is so beautiful, and I love the consistency of these lipsticks. You can see the shade right here. It's just so beautiful. And then on top of it, because I wanted something glowy and because I'm also working on finishing this before the year is over, I'm using the Buxom Lip Gloss. This is the full-on lip cream in the shade Dolly. And oh my goodness, you guys, this is so, so beautiful. I would buy these full size for sure. I think these I like even more than White Russian, which I finished about 2 or 3 throughout the years. That's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the look with the Triochrome palette. I think it's one of the palettes that nobody talks about. And I think it's one of the ones that people rank lower. And it's one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes from my Natasha Denona collection for sure. You probably saw that on the ranking that I did on my Natasha Denona week. At the end of the week, I ranked all of my Natasha Denona palettes, and this is not gonna be in the lower part of the ranking. Hopefully on tomorrow's video, depending on the palette that I choose, I'll be doing a more wearable look because I know you guys love to see more wearable looks. But you guys, you do you and always enjoy your collection. when I see someone using a palette that I have, I don't necessarily do the look that they do. What I do is that I follow along, I get inspired, and then I do a twist and I do it my way. And that's what I always recommend people to do, and that's what I teach when I teach makeup lessons. I want my clients to learn from me, but then also to apply the knowledge that works for them and their own style. So that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget that if you like this content and if you like the Natasha Denona looks that you've been seeing on my channel and you like this type of content, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, thank you for staying till the end of the video. It helps a ton with growing my channel. And you guys, leave a comment below. I'm always trying to leave a question and pinned out on the comment section below, so you can chat with me over there or just leave a comment regarding the eye look or what you want to see next on my channel. I always keep those comments in mind. I always answer, and I have a list of videos to do and ideas of videos that I keep in mind when I'm creating the new videos that I'm filming. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow on another Natasha Denona look day. Bye.